Welcome to the kitchen. I'm Chef Victoria Love, and today we're going to make an autumn granola. We're going to use old-fashioned oats, raisins, apricots, pumpkin seeds, and these I got at Trader Joe's, and they have already pumpkin spiced flavor on them, so I'm excited to use them. Chopped dates, golden raisins, cranberries, light brown sugar, and we're going to juice these beautiful oranges and also use their zest. So let me get my mise en place together, and I will show you how to make it.
Please click like and subscribe so we can bring you more recipes. Thank you.
In order to zest your oranges, use a microplane zester, and if you don't have that, use a box grater and use the zesting side on it. And you want to scrape your orange along it. Do not go below this orange layer and get to the white. That's the pith, and that's bitter tasting. So just scrape along the very top of it, and we need 1 tablespoon, and it's packed. So make sure you scrape off enough to really get a full packed tablespoon of orange zest. There we go. So that's a packed tablespoon, and that was 1.5 of these oranges. Now don't waste the zest on the other oranges. Zest it, and you can put it in the freezer and save it for the next recipe. Now with our freshly squeezed orange juice, we have 1 cup. We're gonna add this into our saucepan, and we're gonna put it on low heat. We wanna dissolve the sugar and the orange zest. So we're gonna add our 1 cup tightly packed brown sugar, or 12 ounces, and then our 1 packed tablespoon of orange zest and a 1/4 cup of honey. There we go. And you want to keep stirring it every so often. We want to make sure that the brown sugar dissolves into the orange juice and all that zest gets broken up.
When you notice it comes to a boil, turn the heat down and let it simmer for a minute or two, and then you're going to pour it into a heat-proof measuring cup so you can pour it over the oats.
Here is our hot brown sugar and orange juice, and we're just going to pour this over our oats, and we're going to stir it in. We're going to add all of it, but I just want to stir a bit at a time. Get that together, and we're going to add in our pumpkin seeds. We want to coat all of this with our brown sugar orange juice syrup, and then we're going to spread it out onto our half sheet pan with a silk pad and put it into our oven. I actually have enough that I'm going to put this onto 2 because we want a thin layer that we put into the oven, and then it'll cook, and we want it to caramelize that brown sugar in there. So let me spread this out onto the 2 half sheet pans, just divide it eyeball. So just spread this out evenly all the way to the edge, and then we're going to put it into our preheated 325 degree oven. We're going to set the timer for 15 minutes, and then what we'll do is we will stir the granola, return it back to the oven for another 10 minutes until it gets a light golden brown color on the edges. All right, let's get this in our oven. There we go. And then set the timer for 15 minutes. While that's in the oven, I'm gonna get the rest of my mise en place together, which are my dried fruits. And the apricots, now if you want, you could leave them whole, but I prefer a much smaller size, and I cut them first in strips and then crosswise so I get a size about the same as the golden raisins. So I like to chop them up. The timer just went off, and so what I'm gonna do is I'm going to rotate the sheet pans. So I put the one that was on the top on the bottom, and I rotated it front to back. And I don't really have much color on it yet, so I'm not gonna stir it this time. So now we'll set it for 10 minutes. This is after another 10 minutes, and I'm not sure if you can see it so well, but you see how it's beginning to get brown on the edges? So we want to just stir this around. You wanna get the stuff that's near the edge and stir it so that way you don't get anything burnt. So this will just take a couple minutes. You wanna stir it around and then re-spread it. So get that back in, and we're gonna set the timer for another 10 minutes. Once you have all the apricots cut, I find it much easier to stir all of the dried fruits together, because we're gonna end up having a lot. So let's get them all mixed in, and then it'll make it easier to toss in with the granola. There's our raisins, our cranberries, our chopped dates, and our cut apricots, and just stir them all together.
Here they are, a nice golden brown. Take them out of the oven and let them cool off.
There we go, we got all of our granola in this big bowl, and there's still some larger chunks, but they will break up as we stir in all of our dried fruit. And doesn't that just look absolutely wonderful? And this would go great over some Greek yogurt or with some milk or on its own as a snack. I love granola, and it's great to also give as a gift. So I'm gonna put some in this little mason jar, and it'll be so beautiful. Here it is, our beautiful autumn granola with apricots, cranberries, golden raisins, and spiced pumpkin seeds. I hope you enjoy. The recipe will be in the description, so please check that out. And you can also put it in a nice mason jar and give it as a gift. Put a pretty ribbon around it, and voila, you have a great gift.
For more recipe demonstrations, please click like and subscribe to Chef Victoria Loves YouTube channel and have fun in the kitchen. Thank you.